Hello, I'm Colin Green, and you are listening to Spike Pit. So
I remember.
we started off in the town of Valakai.
Yeah.
We had just sort of finished our kind of conversations and that with Rudolph
Van
Richten.
He kind of
Rumbled him, and Sion cross-examined him. What was that magic that sorcery you used? Well, not really sorcery, but it was
Cleric.
the powers of your deity.
I used that spell called Suggestion.
Oh yeah,
I
suggestion.
didn't know he.
Yeah,
He used magic on him.
yeah, he did. He used suggestion on him because we had a hunch he was in disguise.
Yeah.
And then
to tell me all he knows about Rudolph.
Yeah, so you went off for a quiet chat, and he took off this hat, and that revealed his true
Disguise.
identity. But we was a bit concerned. He didn't want to reveal his identity because he was deep undercover, and he doesn't. He's trying to nobble Strahd, isn't he?
Yeah, he's trying.
He's going
He's
for
a major monster hunter.
it. Yeah, he's
so
a major monster hunter.
Strahd's got to be top of your list. It's like
He sort of made it clear that
monster hunting
he's
number
on
one.
his way out. This old fellow. He's
Yeah,
not a
he
young
is.
man anymore.
Oh yeah,
and,
that's right.
You know, to him, this is end game. He wants to try and take down Strahd, or at the very least, some of his top minions.
It's like the most wanted list.
It's
Isn't
his swan song.
Strahd's got to be up,
Yeah.
up in the
He's-
top
he's-
five.
He
most
made
wanted.
it clear he doesn't expect to survive. It's, you know,
It's like the pinnacle of his achievements. Kind of go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And if you're successful, for the better. But
Yeah, that's quite cool. So you're sworn to secrecy, and then you come and
He
basically.
was sworn to secrecy. And
Yeah,
then
you swore to secrecy, and then comes on me.
No, but he said, "I know that you'll tell your group."
Yeah. But we
And then
decided that the young gut, as a sort of like juvenile ogre type, might not be the best person for keeping secrets.
especially in that same session as he blurted out
About
like,
murdering the priest's son.
What? That's it. What are you talking about, Gut? You've had too many mushrooms.
Yeah, so that murdering the priest's son, that is a bit of a harsh. So it was in fact was he actually a vampire spawn?
But
Yeah,
he'd been
yeah.
starved of blood because he hadn't been fed. He'd just been down there.
Yeah,
put
and
him
it was
to peace.
it was basically tormenting his father at that point, wasn't it? And he was powerless to do anything as his father, and we was trying to just lighten his burden,
Put them both out of their misery. Really.
put them both out of their misery. Yeah, before anything got worse, or because there's always the threat that he would escape, and then there'd be more people that would be suffering. Yeah. Anyway, so we turned up for the banishment of the Undertaker. Did we have the Undertaker's name? Henrik. Yeah, so it was dawn. The crowd assembled in the town square, and he was sent out with a bag of like mouldy old food. Everybody was out on show, weren't they? Putting on a sort of a happy face for the sake of the Baron.
Yeah.
They weren't cheering enough, so old the guy with a hook hand encouraged him to do a bit more cheering. Who?
Isaac, isn't it?
Isaac, yeah.
It's not a cook. It's
We're not
when
hook
I
hand,
say
a claw.
Yeah,
It's an actual
like
monster
It
claw.
looks weird. It doesn't look like scaly.
Yeah, it's like
Dragon
it's
Human
like,
arm.
yeah, it's like an actual monster arm grafted on a human body, isn't it? It's real and alive.
Kind of weird.
It's like a mutation.
Yeah, like a mutation. Yeah. And then we so Sion, you were concerned about that guy's safety, even though he was housing them vampire spawn or whatever in
I
his.
also wanted to find out how he'd got involved and
Yeah, we
whether he
wanted
was
some
coerced into it or
Yeah, because we wanted
Blackmail.
some intel on the methods of our foe, really, and perhaps by interviewing him and cross-examining him, we could reveal something. But we took after him with our wagon, and as it happens, he was going in the same direction we wanted to go, which was towards this www.www, which is Wizards
Wizards of Wine
Wizards of-
Winery.
Wizards of Wine Winery, and he gave us a slip. He gave us a slip. He went off into the bushes. You went after him. Simon went after him.
Yep.
And basically, he came to a bit. I don't know if it's actually. Was it actually a clearing?
It was a clearing, yeah.
It was a clearing, and there was some weird tracks, some wolf-like
Two
tracks,
sets of wolf tracks.
and then some fancy pointy shoe tracks, which was not our man, plus our man. They walked into the clearing, and then there's no sign of them leaving. So they either
Only the
flew
wolf
off,
tracks, yeah.
or, like you say, the wolf tracks. They just mounted up on these wolves and rode out. I mean, did you actually count the wolf tracks? There's no
It
like
was 2 sets.
Yeah,
they
they
were
weren't like
large sets.
yeah,
Like them large wolves we've met before.
yeah, like the big old wolves. Yeah. So we were like, okay, fair enough, and then we carried on, and I think it was Biff, my guy, Biff Buckfast, barbarian halfling. Noticed some weird inconsistency in the undergrowth and some kind of movement down the road. Merely seconds before our mule, Guts mule, pulling the wagon, took these like spines in the butt, and reared up. So then I was trying to get hold of that situation, and then we ended up in kind of like an ambush situation with these twiggy creatures outside of our player knowledge would lead us to believe they were needle blights, as confirmed by the DM, but of course our characters had not encountered anything like this before.
With my keen intelligence, I don't know what a needle blight is.
Yeah, but we didn't engage with your keen intelligence at the time, did we?
Nor did Gut hasn't got any to engage with.
My intelligence.
They were taller. I mixed them up with something else, but it was those.
Oh my
them
god.
guys.
They sort of firing the spikes out at you.
Tall.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know why I thought they were short. But
Because
it's because I mixed them up with something else.
the twig blights are shorter. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so they are quite human sized.
Yeah. But I don't think they can run either. It was
He's just slow.
they've got a 30-foot movement, but it says they move slowly, and so I assume they can't
So they can't dash.
dash or anything.
Oh, okay, maybe they got awkward, like stiff movement, or
Roots and whatever.
and that was about it, wasn't it? We
And then
finished
we
the rest
saw
of our
this
journey.
geezer, that was like,
Yeah, we had a bit of journey.
Oh yeah, so what was that now? We
this
saw
geezer was like,
We just got to the edge of the winery place.
to the vineyard.
Yeah, and that's where we saw a bloke gesturing to us in the distance, and that's where we left it.
Yeah, did he have like I'm
I
thinking he
think
had
it was
like a wide brimmed
lantern or something.
hat or something.
No,
did he?
did he?
Am I imagining?
Oh god, no.
Oh no! Oh!
No,
Jeez,
quite
he
an
looks a bit
old, quite an
iffy.
old fella, wasn't he?
Oh, look at that dodgy lantern. Everything is so dull in him. Then he's got this gleaming lantern.
He's got gleaming eyes. He's got this flashy-looking walking stick and like a.
No, I didn't mean
He's
lantern.
got a
I meant
stooped
Oh, is that a
over.
lamp?
Yeah, look, he's got like a.
Oh, is that a lamp?
Oh,
He's
I
got
can't
stooped,
see it now.
stooped over
Oh,
posture,
we're
and
gonna
then
get attacked by a genie.
he's got Aladdin's lamp hanging from his
Yeah,
belt.
yeah, I see now. I didn't
Well,
And
that's
look
I'm
at
gonna
these.
take that stuff.
He's got some bling up there on his shoulder, sparkling away, and it looks like he might have a
But, yeah,
blind.
you basically
Yeah.
you left the muddy trail, and the trail did continue onwards, I believe. But you
to the west, yeah.
yeah, but you took the trail into the west because you believe that's where the winery was, and you could see all these vines, vinery.
Vineyard.
And
Yeah.
literally,
Becomes yellow.
as you step off the road, it starts drizzling, and
Okay.
you start getting sort of soaked, and this sort of figure, he sees you.
Is that a family resemblance I'm
That's the
seeing?
old guy's dad, isn't he? He looks too similar. I think.
Yeah, Owen, he's the
He
barkeeper.
looks similar.
It
doesn't he?
is his dad, and
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
his
saying
dad.
that artwork does look like his dad, so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
could be the owner.
That's the thumbs up.
Yeah, Owen.
Okay.
Colin
Dad
Green approved
owns
art.
the
So
wizards.
we'll start the session with you. You see him, he's looking at you. He's not hiding from you, and he's waving you over.
Yeah.
You know, and he keeps looking off
Is
to
it
the side.
looking
He's
at her like
waving you
urgent?
over.
Which
Yeah,
way
it's-
is he looking?
No, it's just he's hunkered down in the rain a bit, and
Oh, I thought
You
you should
know.
have kept looking off to the side.
oh no, not crazy looking. He was sort of looking off to see if anything else was coming.
I think he wants a word with you, Sion. I don't know if we should all pile over there. I might sit on the wagon and just kind of keep an eye out.
Well, I think from our journeys in this place, I think we would be best to keep together at all times. An experience of these paths and roads.
I'll just
think we've got
reread the
anything to hide,
description again
so-
for you.
Yeah.
A light drizzle begins to fall. Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south toward a stately building. The fog takes on ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there you see rope-handled half-barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. A man wearing a dark cloak and cowl stands at the edge of the trees, beckoning you. Sorry, it wasn't a vinery. He's not in the vinery. He's in some trees,
Yeah.
sort of waving you over.
Past it. Yeah, I'm going to head towards it. But I suggest we stick together. I mean, you can hang back by all means as I actually.
Can we get the wagon over to him? The cart? Or do we
It's a
need
bit
to?
muddy, but yeah. It's obviously with the rain
Give
maybe
it a
well.
bit of muscle, can't you?
We'll get a bit closer.
If you get a bit
He's
stuck.
beckoning you in, like, and he sort of starts stepping back into the trees.
I was going into the trees.
Oh, it's
Sorry?
dodgy.
He's going into the trees.
Yeah, but it's only because it doesn't seem like it's so wet in there.
But is it fairly sort of thin
Forest.
trees, or is it?
It's all
part of
conifers
the
in there,
forest?
isn't it?
It's just a large stand of trees.
I think it's been all conifers.
And
It's
you
sort
can-
of separate.
As you see, you can see other figures sort of stood behind him now,
Huh.
sort of looking around, and there's definitely some sort of young-looking children
All right.
there, and they're all wearing these sort of raincoats, and you notice that they're all barefoot as well.
Hobbits
Oh,
is...
no. So maybe they've been turfed out at night. Something's gone on at night.
Barefoot.
Hobbits
Yeah.
is...
If you know, if something, maybe they're like refugees from the winery.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely head over there anyway.
We'll come over, but I think, you know,
We'll have to. You'll have to
Biff
stay.
will be hanging back because you know he's massive, isn't he? He's like old guts, like a.
Yeah, well, you won't be able to get a wagon.
He's
into the
basically,
trees anyway.
I mean, you know, without being nasty, he's a monster, isn't he?
Well, he's in the.
They are a lot of them. A lot of this group
in the
are
monster
looking up at Gut, and you see one of them leans forward and he whispers in the old man's ear, and the old man's like,
I'll sort of.
Pay no heed to the ogre.
I'll just sort of go sort of 10 foot, 20 foot ahead of them.
I pick you up and you need to take 1d6 falling damage.
Ah.
So yeah, I'll get ahead.
yeah, he's come into the trees before they see you.
Ooh.
It's quite urgent, and you notice a few people are looking over at the mansion and the vineyard.
I say, who might see us?
The blights, they're everywhere.
Let's go
No,
clown.
not more blights.
Nah, these are light ones.
He keeps looking. He looks past Joe, and they're looking at the vineyard, and you can hear one couple of little kids sort of start crying.
All right, let's get out of
Heard the
the way.
word blight, yeah.
No, but we...
Well, no, the needle blights, but you don't.
No, but we haven't. No one in the
I suppose we could-
villages have called them that.
I
Yet.
suppose we could have sort of like tried to ID them things.
Can we make an...
I'll just say you're talking about undead
Do we?
creatures.
So where we come from, you know, our
I don't think they're
native,
undead.
our native
the
land.
plant creatures.
Ah,
And
the
at that point,
spines.
I assume...
Spines, big ones, little ones,
We met some.
strangling ones.
Yeah.
We met some on the
Strangle
trail, not far from here.
Shit, they forced us out of our home. Without the winery, the country will run dry. Spirits will drop even lower.
Where they suddenly come from then?
The woods, he sort of gestures out. It's doing like a stand of trees as opposed to a wood.
Right. And this here stand of trees you're in, is this all right? You haven't seen any around here? I mean, they're not going
No,
to come popping
They
up.
didn't
all of us.
pursue us past the vineyard, which you were sort of on your way to heading into when he was waving you over.
What's their interest in you and what you're doing though?
I don't know. They're commanded by the druids, the crazy druids.
Crazy druids.
I believe they come from Yesterhill.
Is that on
Yes,
our-
the hill.
We're showing the map.
Consult the map.
We're showing the map. Where is
That
this?
was robbed
Yesterhill.
off...
He's sort of,
Oh, is it that
He
over
sort
there?
of
That
leans
thing that
over
looks like
and
a
he's-
stone
he's
circle.
sort of dripping on you, and he's like, yes, to the south, to the south.
Oh, I knew that was dodgy.
And we're sort of.
No good will come
Yeah,
of
I
putting
think
stones
that
in
big-
circles.
I think that's all supposed to be the vines and the.
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah,
the house
yeah,
is
that's a
supposed to
vineyard.
be in
We're
there,
on this
So from a
path.
wonder of the
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Is the building on there? No.
Doesn't look like it.
So how far away?
That could be it there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's probably...
yeah.
So that's only like an hour's journey, isn't it? In
Yeah.
this tiny
Building
place.
there.
Good thing about
Uh,
Grover
I know,
is you
we're
don't
quite
have massive long travelling
No, we're quite
sessions.
close there.
Because it takes 2 hours to
One
get
of the taller looking lads, he steps forward and says, my name is Adrian, and this is my father Davian. We run the winery.
So you're the brother of the barkeep.
Erwin.
And Adrian, he flinches and goes, yes, I am Erwin's brother. And the old man starts muttering, stupid boy.
What's he done now? What's he done?
Nothing. It's what he did 10 years ago.
Oh.
And
What did he do 10 years ago then? More to the point.
His question still stands.
There's a grudge there, doesn't he?
And you can see like Adrian's like, calm down.
I suppose it's the usual story. Went off to make his fortune, and the old man wanted to time
it was
into
spending too much
indentions.
time with that woman and not paying attention to his duties.
Whose duties?
woman?
Picking grapes.
Is it? Have we met his wife or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a wife.
She
and
works
kids.
Oh, she bought out all
She
the.
made the
Yeah,
pastries.
Yeah, she bought. Oh, she does the pastries. Yeah.
Simon's best friend.
Well, we'll have nothing bad said about her.
Is there any? Is there any? What are they called? Bakers.
Parika Dorakova.
It don't stop him selling his wine to him though.
Yeah, this
So
guy's
they're not-
Sell? We don't sell. We get the wine for free. It's up to the taverns to sell. Without the wine, the spirits of this land would completely disintegrate. It's
Your
the only
business-
pleasure they have.
your
To
business
keep them
model is
warm on
shocking,
cold,
Max.
wet nights like this.
So this
And
is
he
a
sort of starts
charity.
stomping around in the circle. With his
Well,
hand.
Well, a business or a
God,
charity.
this bloke.
Paid for our wine.
Well,
This is a service to the land of Barovia.
Well, this is well. You'll have to
Yeah.
forgive me.
So another younger one comes over and a daughter, and there's this other guy. He's holding like a little boy's hand, and there's a slightly older teenage lad holding another young lad's hand, and this bloke's got a baby in the crook of his arm as well.
Yeah,
And this daughter, this woman comes over and she's like, "Father, calm down. This is all in the past."
How many is there of them then?
There's 9 people.
9.
So they're all family.
Including the children.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
family. Yeah,
It's like a big
Yeah.
extended
And
family.
This Adrian, he goes, "This is my father. This is my younger brother, Elvir. This is my sister, Stefania, and her husband, Dag Tomescu, and their children. We all work at the winery. We gather the grapes, and
Is
Don't
there,
we make the
How
wine
do you
here?
keep sustained? Do people give you some donations for your efforts, or?
the earth grows. We have plenty of trees to make barrels from. We have the winery.
All right.
live off the land?
Well, there
Is
you go.
anyone injured amongst your group?
No, we've been here all day. They attacked last night again, forced us out. I'm sure I saw some of those druids going inside. I don't know what they're doing. I can't put my family at risk.
And this is the worst of the trouble you've had with them, I'm guessing.
And he sort of shuffles away, and you can see he's thinking. And this other lad, the older lad, goes, "Dad, just tell him, Dad. Just tell him we need help." He goes,
The Adrian is
This all starts 10 years. Yeah, this all starts 10 years ago, and it's quite well. They're all sort of trying to hold their sort of raincoats up to keep the rain off the kids and that. And
Yeah.
they've all sort of huddled around. 10 years ago, one of the gems that helps the vines grow was stolen, and it was on Erwin's watch, and he should be watching, and not with his bloody woman. And he's Dad,
there you
calm down.
Yeah.
3 gems there were that would keep the vines growing here, and 10 years ago one was gone. And in the last 3 weeks, the other 2 gems have been taken. One by these druids and their blights, and the other by that cursed Baba Yasaga.
Baba Yasaga.
It's a rip off of what is this?
Baba Yaga.
Brand Baba Yaga.
Who's Baba Yasaga then?
She's a witch, foul witch from
Right.
Perez. She's the one that sends the scarecrows. If it's not bloody
Scarecrow.
bright blights,
have
it's
more
scarecrows.
It's getting worse.
And he's working himself up into a frenzy, and
I'm working myself up into a frenzy on the
he's
quiet.
making the kids
Yeah.
are getting upset.
All right,
and
all
the-
right, all
the
right.
daughter's sort of, and she's gone over with her husband, and she's taken him away from the gritty bit.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
It's okay.
I'm gonna
It's all kicking off.
hold my hand up and try and sort of bring a bit of control and
Decorum.
decorum to the situation here.
Why
So
was
we
it
are
staying
here
by
to help.
Dragon?
Erwin has requested us to come and assist as the wine has stopped being delivered.
Yeah, so
we
if you
assume
put-
there was problem.
If you can
Hey,
point
Adrian,
us to the
Adrian,
wine, we'll be on our way.
Is Erwin well? Is Erwin well? Is he
He's doing well. Yes.
No, he's dead.
Yes.
still in Valaki?
Valaki is as good as can be expected in the situation. And they seem to be.
The 2 brothers
doing
seem
well.
to be smiling quite a lot. You know, like,
Yeah,
oh,
dance
he's
like
all
better
right,
than
he's all right.
everywhere else we've been, I'll tell you that.
And he
Code
he
there.
says, "Well, this is Barovia. As I say, it's why we make the wine. So the people have something to do other than...
Well, you are doing a
Cry.
grand service.
Yeah, I feel like you drew the short straw, though. I've got to say it.
But,
Well, until recently,
Other
it's
people
been
grow.
quite quiet here. We've saw very little trouble. And in the last 3 weeks, it starts with Baba Yasaga and her scarecrows. And now these druids have come from Yesterhill.
how many of these druids you call them? How many have you seen?
And I've only seen a handful, but they always have armies of these blasted blights.
Armies?
Oh no.
Dozens, hundreds. The woods are alive with them. You must have seen some of them on your journey
Yeah,
here.
not hundreds.
Sounds like.
Oh yeah, we encountered maybe
7.
6 or 7. Or
But why would they
Ten.
be riled?
there was some
Why
more.
would they be riled up now? It's like somebody's. It's an organised assault on the place.
It's Strahd, isn't it?
Well,
I don't like
Seems
druids
to be.
anymore.
Yeah,
Seems
again,
to have
everyone's face clouds over when you say Strahd.
they're
The
all
brothers
like
and the father.
nodding their heads up.
Yeah,
It
don't
seems to
like
be
it.
elevating some of the.
He's
Some of
having. He's trying to get that Valaki to fall, isn't he? You know,
Yeah.
he's
He was
cutting
attacking
off
the
their
place.
wine.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, we don't just supply Valaki. We send wine." Crap, what's the other place called?
It's that one,
Kresk.
Kresk.
Yeah, we send wine to
And
Kresk,
Barovia.
and we send wine to Barovia.
Oh well, that's a waste of time sending it to Barovia. Them miseries.
This whole place is just full.
We heard there was some trouble there a year or so ago.
Was
We
that-
still
That's
make
always
a
hard.
delivery when we can, but
Hmm.
everything's going to fall behind. And even now, with the gems gone from the soil, I can see that the vines are weakening. If we don't return these gems at some point to the earth within
So
the
where
next
have
few months, then
So the
I
gems,
fear we won't be able to
the
make
gems
any
have
more
been
wine.
taken
Yes,
by the scarecrows or by these.
I believe
Baba
I
Yaga
believe
or
the
whatever it
scarecrows
was.
have taken one of them, and the druids have taken another. Where the third went 10 years ago, I cannot tell you.
Oh, there was only 3. And they're what helps you grow the vines. from.
Yes, they were a magic made by an ancient owner of this place, long before the troubles of Strahd came along.
Mm.
So I wonder what happened 10 years ago. Was there any? Did anybody see anything 10 years ago?
No, my son was supposed to be on watch, but he maintains that he was, but I believe he was with his woman.
And that's when the first crystal went.
Yeah.
The gem. So
It was then that we had to stop making the finest champagne. Now we can only make the Dragon Crush and the Purple Grape Mash. It's why we only send out very small batches of the champagne, as it's almost all gone after 10 years. It keeps very well, you know.
yeah. Well, we've got no lead on one of them, but
We've got a lead on druids.
at least there's two that we could.
Can we not secure the building and get the people into shelter? How many of these things are they? These druids, have they taken your home?
They've overrun our home. I don't know what the druids are doing in there. They don't usually like being inside.
No.
Oh, they are actually in there.
I don't like druids anymore.
What do we know about these druids? Have they got? What's their usual? I mean, why suddenly are they?
I understood
What's
they were
their?
creatures of the forest and
He's dead. You know, the
And
father and his eldest son are nodding.
the
But
outside.
something has happened to them in
Wilderness.
this land, and the druids that live here have gone mad. They're constantly praying for the weather and the weather to change, and they believe that only Strahd can change the weather, so they misguidedly pray to Strahd.
Maybe we need to enlighten them.
They don't keep the company of ravens at all, do they?
No, they do not.
Do you keep the company of ravens?
Everyone keeps the company of ravens. This is Barovia, and you actually notice there's half a dozen sitting up in the trees, sort of flitting about, trying to keep out of the rain.
So what's the story with the ravens then?
Well, they're just friendly creatures.
Oh right, do you communicate with them? Do you feed them, or you
Oh,
befriend?
we'll throw them food when we have the spare food, and they like to drink. Well, not drink. They eat the husks of the grapes after we throw the mash out, and
Yeah, right.
they're everywhere in Barovia. I believe they are one of the noblest creatures here, and Strahd has not been able to touch them with his evil. He's-
Too right.
It's like sniffs and nods. Well, that's interesting.
Right, let's go bust down the front door of this house and beat up some...
Nah, don't be hasty gut.
I don't like
See,
trees.
the little kids have actually crawled underneath your cart to keep
I was
out
going
of
to
the rain
suggest
now.
that
Oi!
to them.
They're just sort of underneath there, and the donkey's a bit like,
Donkey!
go back there like the mule.
Your cart's going to be left up on bricks and...
Goddamn Vistani!
they go running off with the wheels. Well, we need to get a little bit closer and see what's going on. Do we have any idea of the numbers of these druids that we might encounter?
And the two brothers talk to each other, and I says, "Oh, I definitely saw at least two." And then the sister says, "No, I came out of the stables, and I definitely saw one going in that way as well."
And how many of these tree things are there?
There were a lot of the smaller ones, the little knee-high ones.
But they were coming out of the... Them other ones we met, they were coming all
Is
the
the building
time.
surrounded by trees? Or
It's
is there a bit of a clearing?
just him. There's a clearing at the back, but the front of the all the way around, it's surrounded by the vineyard,
Right.
Yeah.
and we don't know what's in
So
the
they could
vineyard.
hide in the vines.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean... I
Well,
think
that
the
cuts
little
both
ones
ways,
are,
doesn't it?
those
So
smashing
we could
munitions.
sneak... Well, some of us could sneak up.
Oi!
Oh,
My
yeah.
dex is just as good as yours. It's not. That's a
It's
lie.
not the decks that's the
It's not
problem, it's the fact that
the
you're about
altitude.
3 foot above the vineyard.
Well,
My stealthing abilities are legendary.
I'm obviously watching the Kingdom. I've been seeing signs a bit of the old Father Bioka, the old priest.
I want this
Yeah.
old guy.
Well, no, no, Sire. Yeah.
Oh,
The old- the old priest with
oh,
axe.
yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I don't believe we introduced ourselves. So, Adrian, I'm Biff Buckfast.
And he sort of bows. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, sole representative of my people in Barovia, it would appear.
Because I can't say I've ever seen anybody of your height and stature before.
No, they broke the mould after they made
Big
me.
short one.
And they all sort of look at Sire.
Joking.
Are you a priest of the morning lord?
I am Scion, but no, I am not a priest of the morning lord.
Sadly not.
No, I am from lands far from here, where we worship other gods. Ogma would be my
I seem to remember Ogma.
god.
It's been long since anybody worshipped other than gods other than the morning lord and Mother Night
Well,
here.
I can see why you would want the sun to return to such a place.
I do not believe it's true you left. You can always feel the heat during the day.
I have
Through the
witnessed it.
clouds.
I have seen glimpses of the sunlight trying to break through on a couple of occasions, but it's such a cursed land. It is very brief moments of sunlight, but we can see what we can do about that. And our large friend here,
Big fellow. Now sort of does that with his head and looks up at him.
and I gesture over gut.
Oh wait, am I not at the cart then? Oh,
Well,
so I'm.
yeah,
did
but you're
just
not
come
sort
up
of-
with
Yeah,
the-
we were sort of hanging back. I'm picturing like Biff has gradually sort of sidled up, but
Yeah, but the cart would obviously be outside of the trees because it wouldn't fit in there. So you'll probably by the side. But
Yeah. Let's
do
keep-
not fear. My large companion here he's got a good heart.
He sort of looks up at Gut and he looks down at Biff. And he says, "This is a complete opposite."
Yeah, this is what
I
we
can
call
honestly
little and
say I
large.
don't believe I've ever seen either of your kind in the lands of Barovia before.
Yeah, I doubt it.
no, and it's not going to be getting a strong recommendation from me on my return home. So it
And I
might be
travel
the
lodge
last
with
of
you.
us.
Optimism. You believe you'll return home. Good, good.
Oh yes. How else will I carry news of our victories to my people and make the ancestors proud?
You warm an old man's heart. This is what I like to hear. It's been long since we've had any visitors from outside, especially those willing to help.
Well,
So, what sort of time is it now?
You left pretty much first thing, didn't you?
yeah, we
Yeah.
did. We left
Oh,
at dawn
you
because
got-
that's when that guy got
Chucked-
chucked out.
Chucked out at dawn. Yeah.
Chucked out at dawn. So
I reckon it's about 10 in the morning.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't
so
tell
it
you.
ain't
Morning.
too
It's not
bad.
too late.
Oh,
Only
right.
took you a couple of... It was, you were up at sort of 7ish, you had breakfast. You went up to the gate, and then you're
Just
pretty
before
much
lunch.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Oh yeah, but let's not overlook second breakfast.
I mean,
You know, we don't want to rush past that second
I'm
breakfast.
just thinking how much time before nightfall. And
I'm thinking about how much more time till second breakfast, if I'm honest.
The old man says, you've got many hours of the day before night falls in, and if you can clear the place out, you'll be more than welcome to stay the night.
I'm not worried about us. I'm worried about you and your family staying outside. So we need to get you.
They did it one
We
night,
need
didn't
to
they?
get you back inside.
They must have survived one night if it was.
I think was it last night they got thrown out.
They got kicked out last night.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you're
they've
worried,
been in these trees all morning, like.
if you're worried about it, Simon, we could always knock them together a little quick bit of shelter from some of these trees. I'll have them over, and myself and Gut
No,
will soon whip
I think
up
our
a
time would be
lean-to.
better spent investigating this building and these
Some
druids.
priest. I thought you was worried.
I'm worried about nightfall.
You're a fake
in this
priest.
place.
There you go. Offer a shelter and
Are you
no,
actually a
too
priest?
busy.
We'll come back if we're not successful. We'll come back and discuss shelter matters.
Right then.
And he's just, be careful. Don't lead them back to us, whatever you do.
Would you like work in a church?
You know.
It's not a bothered, you just kind of.
And that, as they say, is a wrap. Big thanks goes out to you, the listener, for taking a bit of time out of your day to listen to Old Spike Pit. Take care, and I'll catch you later.